All right, just a little wee stroll I'm doing down Bailey's Beach, just pointing out some food groups that are starting to grow. It's very surprising. There's, okay, so we've got this flax here. I think it's Harakeke. This one here, there's a ointment that grows in the bottom where the roots are and that you can rub on and it can heal up things like skin conditions, that kind of stuff. Above there is a karaka. That karaka will grow berries. Now the internal part, the kernel, is poisonous, so unless you put it, cook it up at a hangi, put it in a stream, and then after about 3 days, eat it. Now, obviously, there's more to it than just that, okay, guys, so don't eat it. But I've eaten the pith, I don't know, is it the pith? I don't know, the pulp, whatever it is, around the outside. It's a green berry, and it grows into an orange berry. Do not eat the green ones. When it grows orange, you can actually eat that part. Now, I don't recommend you do, in case you eat the kernel as well and die. But that's a cool one. This here is oxalis. Oxalis has a pretty yellow flower, just like that. That just there is the leaf. You can actually eat that stuff. I'm eating it right now. And it's kind of lemony, and not too much though, guys, because it's got acylic acid and it can harm the kidneys. This one here is a type of nightshade. That one there grows a green berry, which turns black. Actually, there's a berry just there, look. I wouldn't eat it when it's green. When it goes black, you can eat it in the North Island, but I hear down the South Island, very far south, it's poisonous. Keep on going. This here is a nice one. This is the kawa. The kawa is a native New Zealand plant. The flax was as well, by the way, and the karaka, but not the oxalis. And see how it's growing this here. This is a flower. Now, the flower looks surprisingly like the fruit. That flower will eventually get pollinated, I guess, I don't know, drop off, and then in its place will grow the fruit, which will grow fatter and maybe a bit shorter, and it'll be orange, and that just there can be eaten. You just kind of like pull it off like a, I don't know, you know how they pull off ice cream cones at the ice cream parlor? Similar thing. And yeah, it's pretty terpeny, but it's pretty cool. The leaf here, that can be, gee, I've dried that and drunk it as a tea. You can use it as a poultice. It was actually used for mental illness back in the day. You'd boil it up, put it in a bandage and put it around the head, or probably a flax bandage, put it around the head, and probably a few prayers sung, and it would help people get through their mental illness. I think I spotted something. Oh, that's right, this is the gooseberry. Now, I would not know if it's actually, this gooseberry here is introduced or not, but it grows an orange berry, and well, it's like a little lantern, and that orange berry can be eaten. It's pretty tasty. Can I show you something that's a bit of a worry? This here is, that just there is ivy. Now that ivy, the leaf kind of looks like a puha. Puha is an edible plant, which I think I spotted over here somewhere. Oh, actually, one here, that just there is nasturtium. There's quite a bit of nasturtium growing wild. That's not actually native, but you can eat the, see it? That pretty flower just there. You can eat that. Keep on looking. Obviously there's some other stuff here like tomato plants, but that's someone else's garden, so I wouldn't suggest you eat someone else's garden unless you ask them nicely. But down here you may see puha growing, and the puha, we might have to wait a little bit for it actually. Keep looking. Oh, I should have said too, with that flax back there, that's that plant there, the long leaf one. Whoopsie. There we go, the long leaf one. That grows up a stalk, and that stalk has some, it's seed pods. You can put your finger into it, and it tastes a sugary nectar which it produces. And that one there is a lovely taste. And I've heard of some people actually getting the little seeds and roasting them and making coffee, but I don't think it actually tastes that great myself. I don't even think it's got caffeine. But people have done it, you know, the first pioneers, man, they had to eat, and so that's what they would do. These here, these lovely big trees up here, I don't know if you can see those seed pods up there. Those there are pohutukawas. You do a few things. You can actually dip your finger in, well, you can actually suck out the juice that's inside the flower, and it tastes really lovely. Or else you can get a bee to do all the work for you. I've done it before with an injection, and that injection, you go and suck up the stuff like a bee and drink it. Very nice. But also it makes a red flower, which I should show on YouTube one day that in that red flower you can pick the bristles, and you can actually go and you can actually put them into a tea, you know, by adding hot water, drinking it, and it's very lovely. I don't think I'm going to see any puha, sorry guys. It might not actually be the right time of year, which is a bit of a shame because, oh, here it is, look. That just there is pohutukawa. And see how that little leaf is like that? There's a few different kinds. The only thing is, if you eat it at the wrong time, when a dog's peed on it or whatever, it can be a bit gross. And that one's a bit close to the road for my liking. I prefer to eat ones that are in grassland that's far away from the road. Yeah, so I don't see anything else around. There's probably other stuff which I've got no idea about. Yeah, but that's just my introduction to a little short stroll at Bailey's Beach of what kind of food you can eat. It's probably not gonna feed you well, but hey, it's food.